Hi everyone, today in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do fusion hair extensions. So briefly about my hair, this is my natural hair. As you can see, it's very short. I like it down to my waistline, but it really doesn't really grow thick as it grows longer. It grows very straggly, so therefore I always have to keep my hair around this length or shorter, which I don't feel comfortable with. I like to have long hair. I like to have hair, feeling down my back. Is a mental thing, and I've been wearing hair extensions for over 11 years now, and it's been a part of me. So I've been doing my own hair extensions at home. So today I'm going to show you how to put them on. I don't recommend that you do. Reason being is that you can burn yourself. You may not have access to these materials because I am a professional hairstylist, so therefore I'm able to get these stuff. But for you, I don't know if you're able to buy these stuff from the professional stores, so you can try your luck. But I'll just show you how it's done. So a few things that you need. You'll definitely need a few clips. You are going to need a rubber protector shield, just so that when you heat up the bonds, it can get quite hot. So at the beginning, I didn't know that this actually, I just cut it out from a big mat. It was to put the heater on, so and so that the surface of the table does not get ruined, but because of the heat. And then one day I thought, okay, why don't I cut it into small pieces to roll it? So ever since then, I saved my finger from getting burned from the heat by using this rubber. So you can get this rubber anywhere at your beauty supply stores. And then you'll definitely need a shield. This shield helps to protect between the hair that's being fused and the hair that's not. Think of it as highlights. So when you put the foils, you use the foil to separate the color hair from the non-color hair. So same thing goes for the shield. And then you're going to need a small little clip. It can be any clip. I just happened to found this one, so I'm going to use this to clip the shield onto the hair. And then most important, you do need the heater. This one I got it from the supplier. Just it's a turn on button. You plug it in, and then how it works is that you will hold it out like this, and then you will put the strand of hair, the fused part, in, and then you heat it down. Let it sit for about 5-10 seconds, and then lift it up. So that's pretty much easy to use. Okay, so you definitely need that. And you also need a tail comb to suction the hair. And then most important, you need the hair. So this is how the fusion looks like. Okay, I mix a bunch of colors in because I like to have a bit more texture in the hair. So you will see how it will blend with the rest of my hair. So the fusion, these are the ones that I've made. So I buy them in a strip, and then I cut them out, and then I buy the adhesive, and then I make my own. If you're interested in knowing how to make this, you can leave me a comment below and I can show you. But so with these, when you buy a fusion strand, the best way to know if the bond is good or not, or secure, is by feeling it. The bond should feel hard, okay? It should feel firm and hard. If it feels rubbery like this, I guarantee you it will not last, and it will mush, and when you put heat, or if you, after a few weeks, it will become mushy like rubber. You don't want that. It will feel like bubble gum. You want the bond to feel hard like this, okay? So I usually, on my clients, I would cut in half. So the smaller the bonds, the less notice it is, and the less you feel it. I like mine a little thicker because I go swimming a lot, and I know that the chlorine does get into the extensions and the bond. It does deteriorate it. So therefore I have mine personally a little bit thicker just so that it lasts me longer. But usually for my clients that have their hair done that lasts up to, 3 to 5 months, then I would make it a little thinner, short, the bottom a little smaller, just so it feels and look more natural. So usually when I make the bonds, it's like this. So what I do, I just cut it in half. You can't have it too short that, it won't last long. And you don't want it too long that you see this long, adhesive sticking out of the hair. So just moderate length would be good. So I'm going to take the elastic out. Okay, so after I made them, I just tie them in an elastic just to secure them. And now I'm going to show you how to put them in. So the hardest part is the back, so therefore I'm going to show you how to do the back first. So this is my hair, okay? As you can see, the length is very short and I want it down to here. So therefore, what I would do is I will start from half the ear. Okay, I'm going to use my hand, my 2 fingers, to divide it in. Like so. Once I divide it, I will clip it up. So I'm just twisting it to gather all the baby hair and have it tuck in. That's all. And then I'm going to use the clip to clip it like that. Okay. So basically for the back, it's all by feel. So you need to be very careful that you don't burn yourself when you're doing this. And trust me, I did burn myself a lot when I first did this on myself, and it took years of experience for me to actually stop burning myself, but sometimes I still do. So I'm going to get a strand of extensions, okay? So what you do is you're going to pick a piece of hair like this, and then you're going to take the shield, put it into, okay, use the clip, clip it down. So this is where that is. And then you're going to hold this together a little further down. You don't want it too tight to the scalp because then it'll feel very uncomfortable. Leave a bit of a gap between your hand and the glue, the bonds. And now you're going to heat up So I'm doing this all by feel. And then I'm going to, so I'm still missing right here that I have to heat it up. So when you seal the bond, make sure you roll it back and forth to seal it. Try not to push it up like what happened here is because then it gets too long. So this bond should have a smooth connection from your hair to the bond. If there's a bit of a gap in between, water will get in it and it will be easier for the bonds to fall out. And that's how you do do the rest. Usually if you want to use a mirror to see how you're doing, you can do that too. So I'm going to do the next one. If you can manage to mount this on the wall and see this as you're doing it, even better, then you can see from a three-way mirror to see what you're doing. But if you don't have a way to hang another mirror up, then the rest is just by feel. Again, be very careful if you're going to attempt this, because you can burn yourself very easily. So I'm going to continue. This time I'm going to use the blonde and the purple mixed together. And then you can double check, okay? And that's how you do the back. So I'm going to go into my room now, because right now I have to stand here to show you, but I'm going to go into my room. I'm going to finish the rest of the row, and then I'm going to let you see how it looks like after the row is finished. Again, what I recommend is that you can do this if you want to fix a few strands at home, but honestly it takes forever. It usually takes me about an hour and a half to 2 hours on my client to do a full head of hair extensions. It takes me about literally 4 hours to 5 hours to do my own, because you can't see at the back and you burn yourself. So definitely showing you this is just to let you know that you can do this to yourself if you are desperate, but I highly don't recommend it because it's just too much of a hassle. It's really painful on the shoulders. So anyway, I'm going to go do one row and then I will show you how it looks like. Hi everyone, so I've been doing a few rows already. I have to do it in my room because there's a table and a chair for me to sit down. So I'm just going to show you how it looks at the back. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So this is how it will look after. So what I do is I start from the center and then move myself to the end. Because if you start from the end or one way over, you could do that too, but I find that easier to measure if I go from the center and then move outwards. So after I do them, I tend to look at them that they are even as much as it possibly can, because when you're doing it on yourself, it's very hard. So that is what it's looking at now. Now I'm going to take them down for you to see. So there's still a lot more to go, but you can see how it is progressing. So I still have to add a lot more up here, but if you can see, it's coming along. So there's still a few, so it took me almost an hour and 15, an hour and a half already. So I'm going to continue the rest, and then I'll show you how it looks like. Now, as you can see, a lot of time when you see hair extension that looks straggly like this, and you can tell it's hair extension, the only reason for that, it is because there's not enough hair. When you don't put enough hair in, you can see the disconnection, therefore it looks fake. So you will see in the end that I will have a lot more hair in the hair so that it compensate for the volume on the top. So I'm going to go and put on a few more rows, and I'll keep you posted. Hi everyone, so after about 3 hours or so, I have finished the back. I'm going to show you the row, the last row that I did the back. I may be adding a few more in here later if I needed to, but right now I finished the last row. So at the back I have about 8 to 9 rows, depending on how much fullness I want at the bottom. So I'm just going to show you how it looks. So right now, as you can see, the fuller it looks, the more blend it is. I still have to cut it, but as you can see, there's no mark of my old hair anymore. Now I'm just going to bring you in, and I'm going to sit down and do the front for you to see. So this is right now how it looks like. With the extensions, when you first have them in, they're very straight because they're straight from the package, so therefore they look very different from your hair. But as you wear them, as you wash them, they start blending in with your hair. And also it haven't been cut, so therefore it haven't looked very blended yet. Another thing is why people keep the hair in for so long and then they get matted, and that's how it causes breakage. It's because the more you wear them, as a few months, 2-3 months down the road, it start looking really nice because the hair start to puff up. Right now the hair is very smooth and straight when you first buy them, so therefore they haven't looked as real as they should. But as you wear them and they start expanding and puffing out and roughen up, then it looks really natural. So I'm going to start doing the front on this side for you to see. So I'm going to continue around. So how it works is that try to leave a bit of a space around the perimeter so that when you put your hair up, you can hide the bonds. So I usually leave about that much. So I'm just heating up the bond right there. And then give it a few minutes, a few seconds, and then I'm just going to roll it. And that's how it stays. So I like to do them a little further away. Yes, some people argue that if I do it further away, the client have to come back sooner. But you know what? People rather feel comfortable as they walk out the door, not a month or a week after with pain and headache. So therefore, if you are a stylist that's doing this to your client, explain to them that it's best to have it a little further away so the scalp, the root can breathe as well as it feels a lot more comfortable for the client on the first day. Because if not, if you're putting it right to the root and it's pulling their scalp, it's really painful. When I first had this done about, I say, 11, 12 years ago, and the first girl that did on me, she was coming out of school and she just followed exactly what the teacher told her. So she did my extensions and she made it so tight and close to the roots. I honestly had to go home after 2 days and take it out because my scalp was burning. I had a huge headache because imagine like 100 and something strand hair extension pulling at your roots. So I had to take it out, obviously, and I lost all the hair for it, but you know what, it was so unbearable. So from then on, I decided that whenever I do any of my clients, I will make them feel comfortable with the extensions. So that is why I do the extensions further away from the scalp. So you will notice that as I'm doing mine near the end, it's going to be quite sloppy because I'm so exhausted by now. So those of you who are hairstylists that are doing this as a profession, don't hold me against it. I just do this because I like the way the placement is, as well as I can't afford to go and get this done somewhere else. So therefore I'm doing it on myself. But for those of you who are trying to attempt this, I would recommend that you have a friend to help you if they are coordinated with doing these kind of stuff, or just go to a hairstylist because it takes so long, it's so exhausting to do. But then again, you know, to each his own. So at this point, you will notice that around my ears, I tend to have them stick out. The reason why is that if I let them lie on my ears, I personally feel that it's annoying touching my ears. So here, I tend to have it poofed out a bit, which is fine because as I wear them and I sleep on them, they will flatten down. So not to worry. So when you bond the bun, try to have the hair going down position, just as if how it would naturally grow. If you have it pointing up and then you're pulling, the bond is close up to the top, and then the bottom is so loose, then gravity will pull this down and you'll be yanking the top part of the hair. So therefore, when you do it, try to have it lying as the same way the hair would grow. So maybe don't put the sheet high up like this, for example, and make it so that when you put them in, just have it right where your hair grows, and then just do it on the downward. If you made a mistake and you have to redo it, all you have to do is you can use hair extension removal, or you can just use acetone to remove them. So after you have them in, just try to run your hand through them to untangle any knots. So I have finished the front, so you can see that they're not blended because of my hair. I will wash them tomorrow. I shampoo them so that a few times just so that they become soft enough, and then I will show you how to cut them. So now turning to the back, you can use your mirror to see how it looks. So it looks pretty full. Again, I just need to trim them so that they blend a bit more from the top. So now it's about 2:30 a.m. I'm so exhausted. I'm going to go to bed. So I will see if I need more later on, because you can always add in more. So I'm going to wash a couple of times tomorrow, and then I'm going to trim them, and then if I feel that I need to put in some more, I can do it later on. So you can see how the hair looks very unappealing at this point, because it looks like it's disconnected, different color. But once you wash it a few times and then I style it with the hot rollers, it looks beautiful. So that's pretty much it for tonight on how to install or put in fusion hair extension by yourself. So if you find that this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more videos, and help me raise awareness against human trafficking and child sex slavery. So I'm so exhausted now, guys, and I'm just going to head to bed. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.